All right, so the next lab will be basically an animated banner, or you could just say really an animated logo, really. Some sort of animated the graphic. Okay, so really, it could be any kind of thing that you would want it to be. Something that'd be appropriate for like a web page. Like you see this at the top of a web page or kiosk or some signage or whatever, right? What I'm looking for is more or less a transition between shapes. It's kind of similar to what you did when you animated the logos. Where you kind of start out with nothing and then maybe it becomes something. You can see here I made a looping animation of this kind of coming off and then those sliding in. It doesn't have to necessarily loop. A loop would be cool, but something like that. So what you're going to be doing is using the logo you made in the previous assignment. If you feel like you can't make it work with this, and you can make a new one if you want, or whatever graphic you made, and you're just going to animate it in some way. So maybe it's like a bolt, and and you rotate the bolt, or you have a wrench come in and turn it. You could do any sort of number of things. If you can try to incorporate, those methods I was talking about earlier, both the morph and either the morph or the switch or both, that would be fine. You should end up with something that is clean and readable and interesting. Okay, so this is kind of the one I came up with. You can see here's a starting file. I started off with the graphic, and then I just basically have these two tutorials, and you can follow along with me and see how I did this one. But obviously, this isn't what you're doing. You can do this, and I would suggest doing this. You're going to make your own for this assignment. Okay. If you run into any issues, let me know. Really try to have fun with it. Be really creative and push to your strengths. Some of you might not feel as comfortable drawing frame to frame. Then try to use the keyframing more. Some of you might not feel comfortable with the keyframing, so try to do frame by frame. And if you can, maybe do a little bit of both. That's what I did here. This is more or less frame by frame, the white thing coming down, and the ones coming up, the horizontal lines coming up are keyframed. Okay? I look forward to seeing you guys' stuff. It should be pretty cool.